Hello, everyone. I'm going to go to Facebook and go to the page rather than use the way they do it. They have it going to the live in on the live page. I don't like that because then I can't see comments, things like that. So there we go. I hope you are having a good weekend. We have a sunny day here. It didn't start out sunny. I thought it was going to be cloudy all day, but the sun is peeking out in between the clouds, which is good. And it was really warm yesterday. It was like 85 here. It went from like 40 to 85, crazy weather. So I hope you're having good weather where you are. I know some places still got a bunch of snow. So hopefully it's okay and they'll start to see some warmer weather soon. Just not too soon because that snow, all that snow melting at once, not good. They were saying that the ski resorts may be open until like July or August. It's like, well, they'll be open till then and then shut down for a month and be back open again. So crazy, crazy weather. I had to tell you this story. So Michaela messaged myself and Jessica, her sister. We're in a group, a family group text. And she said, the funniest thing happened. She was getting Jake ready for school. And he said he wanted to wear his Elmo shirt. And she said, honey, you don't have an Elmo shirt. And he said, yes, I do. I want to wear it. She says, honey, I'm sorry, you don't have one. You must have dreamed it. He says, I know I have one. So I argued with him. She was telling me about it, but he was adamant he had this shirt. So anyway, what happened was we were chatting and laughing. And she says, I don't understand it because he doesn't like Elmo. He likes Cookie Monster. And then we went back and forth about how Cookie Monster is funny and everything else. So in there, I kind of worked in, well, what size is he now? I haven't seen him in so long. And she told me his size. I went on Amazon. I sent him a Cookie Monster shirt and an Elmo shirt. He got the Elmo shirt yesterday. He was so excited he barely stood still for Michaela to take a picture of him holding it up to himself. So Michaela said, I'm certain there will be a video of his clothes tomorrow morning for you guys. So it was just so funny, so funny. So I didn't tell her it was coming, and I didn't say that tomorrow they're going to get the Cookie Monster one. So that's going to even be funnier. So I love being a grandmother and doing those kind of things. You know, I can do it and say, you know, because when she said it, I said, tell him his dreams came true. So now I guess I thought, oh, am I setting myself up for every time he dreams something, he expects to get it? But I don't think so. But it was so funny. And I can't wait to see the picture of him in his Elmo shirt. And then a picture tomorrow when the next one comes and we see what it looks like. Now it says delivery tomorrow, but we'll see. It's Sunday, so it's hard to say. Well, I am playing with the By the Bay pattern paper. I love this paper, and I wanted to share with you that it doesn't have to be just with that bundle. I have made cards using other bundles. I did one, I don't know if it was, no, it must have been in my group, where I use the waterfront set with it. So, I mean, any nautical or beach type set will go. I do have two that I'm going to share with you where I used Friends Are Like Seashells, and I used the sailboat punch. So anyway, it's going to be a good day. I've got some ideas for you. I'm going to take another sip of my tea. Oh, got to tell you this story. So I was setting up and I had my tea sitting over to the side. I hit it and I went, oh no. Well, it just jiggled and spilled a little bit on my mat. It was like, oh my gosh. Now you know why I don't put things over here with me when I'm doing this, because I make a mess. I'm glad it was just a little bit of jiggle. But anyway, let's get started. All right, there we go. Now I'm gonna pull over my camera and set it up as best I can so it doesn't make you dizzy. All right, I think I got it. All right. All right, so for today's card, I am using by the Seaside Bay, which is the stamp set that goes with By the Bay paper. And I'm specifically using just the sand dots from the dies that are called Seaside Bay dies. They've started naming the dies to match the set, which is good. I'm using this one, which is the sand. All right. From the Season of Chic, I'm using the 2 seashells. From the Chic dies, I'm using the die to cut out the seashells. And then for my greeting, I'm going to use the go-to greetings, and I'm going to use just a note. I like to keep my sentiments fairly simple. So with that, let me show you. Here's the card where I use the pattern paper with the Friends Are Like Seashells. So, and you see it goes with it very well. And then this one, I use the pattern paper with the sailboat. So, I mean, just because you don't have the stamp, or feel you have to have the stamp set to go with the paper, you don't have to. All right, now, my card base is navy, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of Sahara sand that's 4 by 5 1/4. I have another piece of Sahara sand that I cut out with that die to make the sand, and I've kept it fairly small, but you'll see why. I have a piece of the pattern paper. This one is 1.5 by, let me look at the other pieces, 1.5 by 2. Then I have a piece that's 1.5 by 1 3/4. And then I have a piece that's 1.5 by 1.5. So this is a great way to use up your tiny scraps that you have left over when you cut the 6 by 6 down. All right, now I do have layers of Night of Navy to go with this, because I wanted to show you why I often add a layer. This is going to go on my card, and it goes on, like this. This one goes here. This one goes here. And this one goes here. Now, that's okay, but look what happens when you add a navy layer behind it. And I'm going to go ahead and layer mine so you can see. It just, a lot of times when you put something down, it gets lost. So I will often add a very narrow, and I can't see navy on here, so I'm going to move it up here so I can see it. You often lose the effect. So I will often add a layer behind it. This one's the small one. All right. So, and then this is the last one. And let me show you the difference. Oh, I didn't grab scrap paper to stamp on. I'll grab it in a minute when I'm ready to stamp. All right, so there's that. And just look at the difference when you add that. It really makes it look so much better. So that's something to keep in mind when you go to make your cards. This piece goes on down here and it kind of hides the bottom. It's longer than it needs to be because I just cut the strip. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to leave that strip there. And I'm going to add my pieces. So I have an idea of how to cover the base, so to speak. Yay, Barb, you just got it. All right, so this one goes up here. Let me pick this up like so, and then this one goes well, dang it. I can't, I want to kind of tuck it under like so. And then this one goes on top. Now I will put this strip that's supposed to be the sand up on dimensionals just because I think it'll sit better. And I'm going to cut it right about there. I'm just going to use my scissors. It's a straight cut. And if I need more off, I will take more off. Nope, I think that's perfect. So let's put that on with dimensionals. And I have none cut. I was up here yesterday. No. Yeah, I was up here yesterday and I was playing around with things. Let me put my thing in here. Oh, it's a good thing I didn't do anything. I want to give this some texture. So I'm pulling in a piece of scrap paper. All right, totally. I happened to look over and see it. And with my Sahara sand, I'm going to add some sand dots. All right, and I'm going to off stamp it. Just because I think it would be too much if I didn't. All right, got that. Can get that out of the way. I'm glad I remembered that before I went too far. I'm not going to put that very far away because I'm going to be using it. And now I'm going to add dimensionals on the back of here. Like so. All right, I take my pokey tool and all right, this is going to go on like so. Ooh, I got to go up just a little bit to hide that spot. I didn't hide it very good, but it's close. All right, so there's that. Now, I want a sentiment, and I'm going to take my Just a Note and my Night of Navy, and I'm going to stamp my Just a Note. Now, I'm going to pull in my scrap paper again because I've got to make sure it's on my block straight. Let's see if I do it that way. It has to come down just a little on the one end. And I'm going to put it straight and slide it down. I always worry about that. Now, this is going to go on my card base like so. Let me find my pokey tool, my own folder. I didn't put that away because I'm going to use it again. And I'm going to add this to my card base. All right. Like so. So there's my card base. Now, I want some seashells on there. So I pulled in my 2 seashells and I need to get, I'm going to move that there. I'm going to move this over here out of the way. I need to get some white cardstock. And I thought I had some there. All right, here's a scrap I can use. I'm only going to do one. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up the full one, and I'm going to off stamp it twice and then stamp it on here. All right, so it's lighter. This one is going to be full strength, and I have found I can stamp it better if I stamp the back one first. It matches up a little bit better. It's off slightly, but not much. All right, so I've got that. Now it's time to die cut my shell. So let me do that. And that going. And I'm going to put it on with dimensionals also. All right. Me. I've got my tape stuck on here. There we go. All right. I can move this out of the way because I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to put this, I think, right here. I was going to put it up here, but I don't like it. It hides all the paper. And that paper is too pretty to hide. So play with your placement. I do it all the time. Just do it before you put your glue on the back or your dimensions. I haven't done that sometimes. And it's like, oh, darn. Well, that's where you're staying because it got stuck. All right. Okay, so I'm going to put that right there like so. And it's not done. We have some of these faux sea glass shapes, and I thought that that would look really good on the sand here. The white's lost. I don't like that. I'm going to do the green. I don't know what color green it is, but I'm going to use the green. And I'm just going to take and sprinkle those across, and I'm using different shapes. There's that one. Let's do this one. And I need one little tiny one right here. I don't have that one. And there I have added some faux sea glass. So I have used many products that's not part of this suite, but you can make them all work to your advantage. So there's the card for today. I love this paper. I really do. It's a great set to have and to play with. So I love the fact that I can use my little tiny pieces. So, oh, thanks. I love the hearts. Oh, thanks, Janice. And if you saw, the blue behind the paper really makes it pop, whereas before it was just, it just kind of sat there. I use a lot of layers behind my pattern paper because I think it helps to highlight them. So if you're putting something down, you don't like the looks of it, try a layer behind it of a cardstock. I think this is a great card. Would be great to make a set to give as a gift for people who love the beach. So there you go. I've got my tea. Thanks, Gladys. I love it when the color on the cards pop. And so I'm always looking for how to make my cards do that. All right, I'm going to get ready and move this out of the way and spotlight my, oh, I don't want to do that yet. Sorry about that. Ugh. There we go. Now you're not going to get dizzy. Sorry, I totally forgot. It's like one of those things, you know. I had technical difficulties with my YouTube Live. No matter what I did, it wouldn't go live. It just spun and spun and spun, trying to look for the streaming software. So, but I did find out that I don't have to stream in. I can go live straight to Facebook. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I just have to figure it out because I want the two. I think, does this one say? Oh, I can't tell it because it's doing a stream, but I think I can stream to Facebook without having to go through setting it up with the streaming software. I can set up my live and then just give you guys the link and it would take you straight there. Ooh, son's playing, having some fun. All right, ladies, I'm going to get ready and go. I put in an order at Walmart and I get to pick it up. I needed some fruit and salad stuff and a couple of other things. So I ordered a bunch of stuff and I said, you shop, I'll pick it up. I love that feature. And I have to admit, I was a little skeptical about it, but I've been very pleased with everything that they've chosen so far. I haven't had anything that wouldn't be something I wouldn't pick out in the line of fruits and vegetables. So, yeah, it is so much easier, Gladys. I can play and then I have to leave here about 1:45, go down, pick it up, come back. You know, I lose an hour and then I can come back and keep playing. All right, ladies, I hope you have a great weekend. I will be live next Wednesday on YouTube and I will send the link for that as always at noon. I hope you can join me. I will not be here next Saturday. I will be at Zoe's volleyball tournament. I may post some pics if I can get some of them playing and everything. She's got like 3 left. This was the only one that worked in my schedule. The other 2 were the weekend after my classes. And I'm leaving Thursday and I'll come back Sunday or Monday. If I did one of the other weekends, I'd have to leave Friday. Her tournament's on Saturday. And it's like, no, it's a lot easier if I go up, have a day there, and then we do the tournament and I either come back or wait an extra day. It's going to depend on, you know, what's going on with Jess and all. So you guys have a great weekend. Take some time and get crafty. Gorgeous day. Think about going outside, getting some fresh air, and I will hope to see you live on Wednesday. Bye.